Welcome to part 2 of Waiting on the Wall to Change by John Mayer. Now, the chords I'm sure most of you know. Now, we're going to change how to play those chords, because face it, if I play something like this, that sounds good, but we can look at more constructive voicings, and I'll explain it shortly now. Okay, we're going to do it like this. And you'll notice over there my hand didn't move much. Let's take you through those chord shapes or chord voicings. Voicing is just a fancy way or fancy terminology to say, please play the same chord in a different way. In other words, play a different voicing. Now, instead of doing D like this, I'm going to bar my first finger flat in the second fret. My middle finger, number 2, is on the second string. And then ring finger on the third. And what's cool about this, I can actually start with a bit of a hammer on. Check this. And it's a nice effect. So slow motion. And in effect of the song, it's a really nice way to get the chords going. Now, once you've got your new D voicing, and these are the voicings that I've shown on your PDF file that you got along with the study. So please pay attention to your chord voicings. It's really going to help. When I go to B minor, all I do is take the pinky and I stick him underneath my ring finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret. So check how cool this changeover is. So I got my little hammer onto the D, and the pinky in for the B minor. Not that difficult. When I change to G, first of all we slide 1 fret up. My middle finger then goes to the 3rd string, my ring finger stays in the 4th, and my pinky, as you can see, is moving around there, getting your attention, has been taken off the guitar. And from there, when I go back to D, the transition is really straightforward. I'm simply back 1, ring finger, down 1. It's as simple as that. These transitions are very important. They're going to help you to any key. We'll obviously look into transposing to understand it later. But the most important thing now is to see how cool G and D are together. Okay, I'm going to play through the first 4 chords. Something like this. 2 and 3 and 4 and... That really is an easy change. For the A, we'd normally just play that. Okay, that's your normal A. We're already on D, which is the preceding chord, correct? So we're simply going to take our fingers 2 and 3. Now, on your PDF file, if you look under A, you'll see there's 4 dots in a row, and the one is an orange dot, and that simply means please don't play the string that the orange dot is on. So you're only going to play through strings 4, 3, 2, and if you want to include your 5th string, also quite acceptable. From that A to the B minor, you'll notice that the first finger hasn't had to move yet. We're back to the B minor we already have done. And then we got the same transition to G, back to D. And you'll notice that the shapes are very similar. That's what I'm trying to sort of help us out to realize over here. It's not big chord changes. So I'm going to take you through now the first and second line of the verse. And are you ready? Let's go. 2 and 3 and 4 and... And it simply repeats the second time round. So lines 1 and 2 are the same as 3 and 4. Cool. Chorus starts off the same, but you'll see when it's hard to beat the system, there's suddenly an E minor there. Okay, now E minor, there's a lot of different ways to play it. My personal one is, I don't actually like this for this song. My personal favorite is this. It's the diagram on there. It's going to have middle finger fret 5, 4th string, first finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret, and then the ring finger is going to come onto your 5th fret, 2nd string. This is how I like to do my E minor. It's a different E minor, but it sounds really cool. Listen how nice it goes from the D to the E minor. It's a nice way of getting around. Okay, I played a G, which I shouldn't have done after the E minor. Let's do it again. I'm going to go the entire third line of the chorus. D to the E minor, B minor to E minor. Now it says E minor 7th, treated as E minor. It's going to work just perfect. Okay, so use your new E minor, a nice chord voicing to get used to. Now the question is, what key is this song in? Okay, it's in the key of D. So that means if I'm thinking minor keys, I play B minor. Which means if I want to sit and put now my own sort of falls between the rhythm, I can have something like this. But that's a big jump, and as you heard there, that little jump cost me a fret. And we don't want that. We don't want to play the wrong frets. So we want a scale or a mode or a position, depending how you want to view it. I'm sure some professional guitar teachers might sit and get a hernia now and say, no, modes are not positions. Yes, they are, and there's a lot more to it. I understand tonalities, but right now for the application of the song, we're going to use your F sharp Phrygian mode to keep you in the key of D and to keep you in the position of your frets. Now, your Phrygian is going to go like this. Let me take you through it first. I'm going to call it out loud. You might want to write this down or learn this first. So make a point of 6 minutes 45 seconds that you can come back to this. Here is F sharp Phrygian. 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, and back. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go into the whole tonalities right now. What I need you to know is that F sharp Aeolian has exactly the same notes without fail as D major, which is the key of the song, which is the same as B minor, which is the root of minor. They all contain the same notes. I'm not going to go further than that. Okay. So now we can do now with our new scale, a bit of a full. Now all these little fulls are coming from the Phrygian shape. So I'm using the Phrygian shape in this F sharp position to help me build phrases. So when I get to my second line, all those little phrases again from the Phrygian. See how cool it works? So if you know your scale shapes and you understand the concepts of the positions and the sequence, in other words, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, etc., etc., that's a study for another day. If you understand that concept and you want to understand the concept, just drop me a WhatsApp, I'll happily tell you. But for right now, for John Mayer, Waiting in the World, in the key of D, F sharp Phrygian, because you don't want to start on the D major scale or the B minor scale, because you end up losing use of certain strings, which is simply not practical. Okay, so yes, there is more to the modes. We're not going there. We're saying to ourselves, well, F Phrygian, I've got all the notes I need to sit and do my own improvisation. So to finish off and say goodbye, I'm going to sit and jam through it, and I'm going to put some little falls. Okay, try and get a bit of a better angle over here so you can see the fingers better. 2 and 3 and 4 and... That one was a bit clumsy. Okay, but you're getting the idea of how nicely the scale complements the chords, because all the notes in that F sharp Phrygian are in the key of D, and all the chords collectively, if you looked at D and you said, well, notes are D, F sharp and A, and you looked at B minor and you said B minor is B, D, F sharp, for example, and G is G, B, D, all those notes will be the same notes as found in the scale. So yes, I am repeating myself because it's very, very important. But most importantly right now, I hope you're enjoying a really, really cool song. So get your rhythm going. get your scale going. And have some fun. Okay, have an awesome week. Take care. I hope you enjoyed these videos. And any comments, queries, questions, and the other like, you know how to get hold of me.